Hello folks, well back at the allotment and I've got Nigel with me, and what we're going to be doing today is picking the fruit. We're going to start with the loganberries and then we'll move on to the raspberries and we'll see what we've got, and we'll probably have a little chat as we go along. I'm not sure how the wind's going to affect this recording because it's very windy today, so keep your fingers crossed for us. Okay, Nigel?
Yeah, okay.
So I'll let you get over there, I'll go over here.
Okay, yeah. To do with all these loganberries then, Julie?
Wine making.
Oh.
You think we'll have enough?
Well, how many have you picked so far?
Oh, I'm not sure. Quite a few though.
Well,
let's put it this way, the freezer's got to have at least 55-60 pound of fruit in of different sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for loganberries...
And we've only just started on the loganberries and raspberries.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you need about 4 pounds of fruit for each gallon.
Yeah.
So
if
yeah,
you work on we have 40 pound of fruit, we're going to have 10 gallons.
Yeah, yeah. So lots of batches, I guess.
Yes, yeah. It's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, loganberries are quite good for wine because there's quite a good balance of acid and sugar and tannin, so you can get a wine that's about as good as a grape wine if you're using loganberries. And you don't really need to mix the loganberries with anything else.
Right, handy to know. So folks, it's been a bit of a up and down year for growing, but the allotment's giving us the fruit, and it's all about planning for the future now, isn't it, Nigel?
Yeah. What was it like for rhubarb? Was it good?
Well, yeah, I picked 40 pound.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And left it at that. That was just off 2 plants. I didn't bother picking off the rest, and got 13 in here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was racking my rhubarb wine from last year. It's taken 12 months to get almost ready.
Yeah.
But it smelt great when I was doing it last night.
Yeah. Mine was drank in 3 months.
Yeah, I know. But that doesn't mean it was better.
No,
it just means it was faster.
Yeah. It was okay for me dad though.
It looks like being quite a good apple year as well. The apple seedlings and grafts I've done are growing quite nicely because we've had loads of rain,
Yeah.
which seems to make the plants go better than when you water them by hand.
Right.
And there seem to be lots of apples on most of the trees.
That's good then.
Yeah.
When you're fruit picking, folks, it's really good if you're ambidextrous. I can just swap from one to the other hand. Ready?
I think that's about done on that bush there.
Right.
You know, loganberries is one of those fruits that you can never buy at a market stall. You never see it.
No. Somebody asked what a loganberry was today.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry.
Yeah.
So I guess it tastes somewhere in the middle, but I know if you mix raspberry juice and blackberry juice, it doesn't taste the same as loganberry juice.
Right. I've just noticed, folks, the gooseberries, the red gooseberries, are nearly ready. That's softening up nicely. Well, these are ready. These are ready, Nigel.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I reckon so. You
Let's see, are they? How soft are they?
Soft,
Oh,
eating.
they're colouring up, aren't they? Yeah, if you wanted to use them for wine, now's about the time to pick them.
Right. No, I think
But
these
if
are
you
my
want
mum's
to,
favourite for
if
eating.
you want to eat
so
them, yeah, they're not quite
yeah,
ready.
not
Let's
quite.
see, try one. Oh, they're just turning from sour to sweet.
Right. Okay. So another few days.
Yeah.
Mm. So folks, that's what I've just picked. Nigel, I think he's got a few more than what I have. He's a bit quicker with his fingers. Not so steady on his legs though.
If I wasn't on video, I would have said something to you then. Right, there we go. That's not too bad, is it?
No, that's all right. Should I put these in?
I don't think they'll fit in one.
No, they won't. We'll just take the two. Right then, folks. We are going to move now onto. Let's just see how we're going to film this.
What is it? Raspberries next?
Raspberries next, yeah. So there we are, folks. That's what we're going to pick. We're just going to go and get the punnets. You wouldn't believe, folks, that I actually picked these raspberries yesterday morning. It just shows you how quickly they grow, they colour. It's absolutely amazing, really, isn't it, Nigel?
Yes, it is.
You know, one day you can have so many. You know, you think, you know, how can that possibly happen?
How did your raspberry wine turn out last year?
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, because we had our doubts, didn't we? Because
Well, yeah, I'd never managed to make a decent wine with raspberries before.
it was all down to making sure the pips are out.
Yeah, because if you leave the pips in, you get a most curious flavour, you know, penetrating sort of taste that it's not very attractive. Was that the muslin bag one? The muslin bag method that you used there?
I believe so, yeah.
I remember it cleared very quickly, and I think didn't you drink it at Christmas time or somewhere around there?
Yeah. We're going to get I think we're going to get a few punnets today.
Is there anything with the plum trees this year?
No. No, lost them all.
I've got a problem with a plum tree at home.
Yeah?
It suddenly appeared as a sucker from next door's plum tree, old plum tree that we cut down.
Right.
It's a yellow plum, and for the first few years it formed a nice little tree, and we had lots of fruit on it. And then the tree started getting faster and faster in its growth, bigger and bigger, and now it's turning into a monster. I'm having to keep it pruned because there's not room for it. But the more I prune it, the less fruit I get. Because there's no fruiting there, I have to cut it all off. So I think I'm going to have to chainsaw it down to get someone in to do it for me, because of nuisance.
So many high, This is what I love doing, folks. I really enjoy picking the fruit. Makes you feel successful. Let's move that round so you can see us a bit better. Whether all our viewers know when it's time to pick the raspberries.
You don't do it according to the calendar, do you?
No, it's all down to the field. You can see it, the colour on the raspberry, can't you?
Yeah, but
you know when it's a constant colour, and then you know you've got the right time, because when you take the raspberries off, they'll just come away easily from the cone bit in the middle.
yeah, they've got to be firm, but not squishy.
Yeah.
You've got to get them before they go soft, really soft. Because they ripen in the bowl, don't they, for an hour or two afterwards as well.
Yeah.
A lot of these raspberries are different shapes and sizes.
They are.
Different varieties, do you think?
Yes. They've all come from different places.
Right.
There's some really big ones last year there were. I've not really seen them to that extent this year, but I think if I remember right, last year they came out, larger ones came a bit later.
Yeah.
The ones are in the buckets.
All right, yeah. You can get yellow raspberries as well.
Yeah, I've got some.
Yeah, I found that when I grew those, they were a little bit easier to grow in some ways because you didn't have to put nets or anything across them.
Okay.
They didn't attract the birds.
They yellow ones down here.
Oh, look down there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Are they new canes? Oh no, there's a few fruit on at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Just one or two.
No, I transferred them from the other side.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll see it on the camera, folks, that I've probably missed some. There's some which aren't quite ripe yet. They'll be ready tomorrow morning. But you will always miss them. We've nearly got a punnet there, and Nigel's got nearly a punnet, so 2 punnets today. Last year, I think, when I was getting the most, I think I was getting 4 or 5 punnets a day. So, still early days, I think, Nigel.
There's a lot of fruit here that's in the small stages, so
There is.
there's going to be lots more.
There's a raspberry. I hope you can see that. There's one, and it's not quite ready. I mean, it'll be alright for the wine making, but if we compare that to, let me just put these on here. I don't think you can really see on the picture, but that one's more of a constant colour. This one's still got a bit of a yellowy red to it. There's one what's going over. It's more on the soft side.
I think we've about done these, you know.
I think we have, yeah.
There we go.
Great. Look at that, folks. Another punnet done. So, Nigel, we have actually, this is the second time we've been together today, and
Yeah, that's right.
we had a little get together to do with the constitution for our project. and I don't think I've not spoke about it on camera, have I, for a while? Things have moved forward. We've now got the master gardeners assisting.
Yeah, they've given us a few leads.
So, and helping. And
with a bit of luck, if we can locate some land that we're allowed to use, we should be all systems go. But we don't want to count our chickens yet.
No. We're following several avenues. As I say, we've done this constitution, so we're going to form the committee, and then we're going to approach different landowners, and we're going to take it from there. But we've got the carers network on board as well. They're advertising the project, so slowly does it, and fingers crossed, maybe next year.
Yeah,
we might have.
Yes, with a bit of luck, we should get it up and running, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But we shall see. We'll do our best anyway.
We do, yeah. And if not, we can still keep on aiming for something, and
well, we won't stop growing, will we?
We won't stop growing.
We'll still be doing all the trees and the fruit and everything.
Yeah. Still be doing the wine making and different things. We may just have to. I don't know. We may look at different avenues, make the channel a bit more interesting.
Well, there are hundreds of things we can do, but let's try and give this
project first.
This project the best shot we can.
That's it. Okay, folks. Well, we've done the fruit picking. I've already picked some strawberries. I've got a few more to go through in the netted area. What else? You got anything to say, Nigel?
Yeah, I could just mention about the winemaking with raspberries. It's usually reckoned that raspberries are not as good for making wine as many other fruit because the taste is a little bit unbalanced. You can make a wine, but you need to get a decent recipe if you're going to get a nice flavoured wine from raspberries.
Right. And obviously we must have got the right one last year because everyone seemed to like it.
Yeah, that was quite good.
I think the only people who don't like my wine is my sister. Hello folks, just a little bit more of a video from me and Nigel. We're just going to go and have a look at some potatoes which have got blight, and it's caused when it's a little bit too warm and wet. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. Whenever this time of year, whenever you get a period where you've got several days when it's been raining and it's very warm, it often triggers blight, and I think there is some blight up here.
Okay, let's go and have a look then, Nigel. Oh, now I can see this straight away.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go, folks. Can you see that?
Yeah, now the way you recognise the blight, you can see quite large patches are forming, nearly always on the edges of the leaves, and this rapidly spreads. So it's classic blight, that is.
Yeah, what you're meant to do is take those leaves off, aren't you?
Yeah,
the
that's
branches
right.
off.
Yeah, some people take the whole of the haulms of the potatoes off immediately, but I wouldn't overreact like that. I would just take off the infected
the other
ones.
important thing to do is to make sure that once you've been handling these, is not to go and handle anything what's healthy. Is that right, Nigel?
That's right, yeah. Now, there was an example here of early blight as well, which is not the same fungus, which is usually fairly harmless. I'm just going to see if I can find it.
Okay, Nigel. You can see it's rather dull now, folks. I couldn't get up earlier. We've had to have the doctor out for my mum again, so it turns out she's got a viral infection on top of a urine infection. And found out what's wrong with me. I've kept that all quiet, but apparently I've got a groin strain from lifting my mum up that time with the wheelchair.
Oh, here we are. Now that looks like blight, and in fact we call it early blight, but it's not. It's a totally different fungus. Right. And that is usually not at the edges of the leaves. It's more like chicken pox that's sort of scattered across the leaf.
Right.
And that's much less serious.
Okay.
And if you see that, you can ignore it.
Okay. Hey, and the sun's come out for us. There you are, folks.
Oh, there's a bit more blight, look, can you see?
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see it, yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting that Julie's got some of the Sharpo potatoes. Now a lot of those are virtually blight proof. So if all your neighbours start taking the tops of their potatoes off, for goodness sake don't do the same to yours, because they may actually withstand it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Sharpo Mira, for example, I grew that a year or two ago, and well, it was incredible. It had no blight at all, where the Maris Piper right next to it had just collapsed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that, Nigel. So you can see when the sun comes out, folks, the allotments look quite interesting, don't they? We don't very often film down this bit here.
You see different colours, don't you?
Yeah, you do. It's beautiful. It's not a very large allotment, ours. There's, I don't know how many actual plots there is. Originally, there would have been 28 full plots, 200 feet by 22 feet. But obviously, over time, they've been divided into into quarters. And I don't know, I think there's maybe 60 plots on here now, maybe.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. I know these plots, if you turn the camera to there, from this fence post to the end, I paced it out the other day, and it's about 250 square yards.
Right.
For the full plot.
Yeah, yeah.
So people, when they're awarded a quarter, that's about 60 square yards.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I worked it out on my area, when I was looking at that allotment at Sapcut.
Oh yeah, that little village.
That was 500.
500?
Yeah.
That's quite a big one then.
So that, folks, is the size of two of these put together.
Oh, we could have a look at those marrows as well as we wander back.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know, I don't think yours germinated, but we bought a few. I think it was 6 seeds of giant marrows, the competition ones.
Yeah.
Just for curiosity, we're going to have a go at growing
Yeah.
them. Yours didn't germinate.
Yeah, probably not helped by having hospital visits and that. I lacked the watering.
Yeah.
So I don't blame it on the seeds, I blame it more on me.
Well, I had 3 seeds and 2 of them germinated. The third one just sat there and didn't do anything. But
Yeah.
they're down here.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how badly the stinging nettles sting you at this time of year? They're really sore to touch them, really fierce. Right, now the middle 2 plants, that one and that one, those are the giant marrows, assuming I've got the labelling correct.
Yeah.
Does that look like a marrow on there, or it looks like?
They all look the same, don't they?
Well, I suppose they do.
Yeah.
Then the end one there, that was from the prize-winning marrow. The prize-winning marrow I had last year, and the one on the other end is the same.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll come true or not, because they might have crossed with something else, but it'll be interesting to see.
And this damage on the leaves is all by slugs, snails.
Slugs, I think.
Yeah.
Look for slugs and snails.
Yeah.
I haven't found any snails.
Shall we have a quick little look at your trees, Nigel, or not? Have we?
There's not a lot to say about them.
No, no.
One apple tree is much like another, really.
It is, but... So how many trees you got on here now?
There's 100, I think there's 100 here, and then on Ray's bit there's another dozen or so, and Morris has got 4 he's keeping for me.
Right.
So there's 120 up here.
Yeah, yeah. And here's your potatoes. What?
These are salad blues.
Right.
You can see the flowers are very pretty. They've gone in now because it's the afternoon. But,
yeah.
But they have lovely blue flowers.
Right.
And they also have, they set seeds every year, little tomatoes, they look like green tomatoes.
Yeah.
And if you sow the seeds, you get all different colours of potatoes through from almost black, actually really dark blue, right through to white.
Okay.
I did that one year just for fun.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing when you've got all these different
Right.
coloured potato plants next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Your trees, they are half growing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, these here are seedlings.
Yeah. Out 2 years old?
No, they're older than that.
Older than that, yeah.
I think they're about 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. These are 2 years, aren't they?
Yes, but these are mainly grafted. These are
Right.
named varieties.
Oh, just
look at that
Just
one.
look at these, folks. Just look at these apples. Oh, let me get out of some. Just look at those.
Yeah, they're Bräunsdorfer. They're an East German apple tree that my friend found close to where he worked, growing in a hedge.
Yeah.
And it was a good flavour, so he sent them across to me.
Right.
Oh no, wait a minute. No, I'm getting mixed up. The Bräunsdorfer was found by a person on holiday. It's the Bein Road. This is the one that was found by my friend, close to where he worked. This is East Germany as well, just over the border. And you can see they're little apples shaped like plums.
So these would be red-fleshed apples, would I be right?
You'd expect this. They are.
Yeah.
The Bräunsdorfer are.
Right.
But these are odd.
Right.
They look like red-fleshed, and in fact the graft wood is red inside. But if I bite this through, you'll see it's a strange yellowish colour with a red core.
Right.
So it's a real mix-up of genes here. This is actually probably a red-fleshed apple seedling.
Okay. And are these all eating apples?
Well, this one is only fit for cider.
Okay.
Yeah. That's an eating apple, a very pleasant eating apple with a sort of...
Did we try that this year? Last year?
I think we did. It's got a sort of...
What was the name again?
Bräunsdorfer. It has a slight hint of peaches about the flavour.
Right. Yeah, I remember you mentioned one with peaches, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That one is Annie Elizabeth. That's an old Leicestershire variety.
Do you think the apples are looking quite good this year?
They're looking unusually good and unblemished.
Yeah, that's what. Even my Brayburn, some of those are looking quite good.
There doesn't seem to be very much sawfly damage this year yet.
Could that be because of the cooler weather, the wind, the rain?
I think it might be the rain. I suspect they don't like prolonged wet.
And if you look at this apple, folks, this one's more of a matte finish.
Yeah, this is a seedling I found in Leicester, where I used to work. And this is one of our Leicestershire unique seedlings. And the remarkable thing about this apple, it's not the best apple in the world, but it always is loaded like this. Every year, it never fails.
Right.
Doesn't matter what the weather is. And sometimes you even get 6 apples altogether.
Right.
Every flower in the cluster is forming an apple. So it might be useful for crossing.
While we're talking about clusters, folks, we've had a look at my fruit trees, the pear trees. I think we had a look at the plum as well. And it seems to be loaded, doesn't it? So there's certainly potential for next year.
That's for next year, yeah.
But it's going to be down to the sawfly and the winds and the frost.
Yeah, that's right. You can tell where the fruit blossom is going to be. Usually, if we look here.
Yeah. Can you see how, like a spider, it'll come out?
Yeah, a little cluster of leaves.
Yeah, even I can.
And then in the centre there, there's a fat bud, and that will turn into blossom.
Okay.
With one flower in the middle and 5 around it.
Yes.
Can you spot the hand-pollinated apples on this tree?
I can. That's one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's another. No.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think there's another one.
These aren't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you've taught me something, Nigel. I know. So much to learn.
Oh, and there's a nice example of a red-fleshed apple there, look, Pendragon. It's absolutely loaded. I've never seen so much fruit on it. Look at this.
Wow.
I'm going to have to take some of that off, because otherwise it's going to break the trunk out.
Oh,
off,
it's a
I think.
shame, isn't it?
Unless I could put a stake in and tie it securely, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because they get quite big, and they get a lot bigger than that. Right, this is a beaver seedling. They go orange when they're ready.
So you could, even from just these here, you're going to be no shortage of apples, are you?
No,
How big will these grow? Are
these?
they? Yeah.
They get
Generally.
about as big, a little bit smaller than tennis balls. The
Okay.
beaver seedling.
And how? What about the rest of the apples here? Are they tending to be smaller varieties, or are they all roughly the same?
Then pretty much average, most of them.
Right.
This one is smaller than average.
Yeah.
There are. If I could go around and point out the small ones,
yeah.
but we'd just have a very boring video.
We would, wouldn't we? So what's this, Nigel?
Oh, they're splitting. What's causing that? That looks like mechanical damage of some sort. This variety is Mott's Pink, and you can see the red pigment coming out here.
Yeah.
That's not, if you bruise a Mott's Pink when it's growing, it often does that. It produces this red dye.
These are 1 year old, are they? Or the two?
These are 2 years old.
2 years old.
They're
Obviously some are more rigorous than others, I suppose.
Oh, look at this one. This one is one of my own seedlings. It's the first one I've ever had that's fruiting.
Right.
First fruit. That's a cross of, now what is it? Seedling number 7 from 2010. That's 6 years ago.
Right.
Wittick Pippin crossed with George's Red. That's
Okay.
right, yeah. I was hoping that was going to be a red-fleshed apple, but I don't think it is. It's still a little bit interesting to see what it turns out as. I don't think it's a red-fleshed apple because the leaves are perfectly green.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to have a white flesh, but I'm still interested to see what it tastes like.
Yeah. That's about it, folks.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more interesting apple here. This is Wixon. These are, according to some people, the best flavoured American apples.
Yeah.
They don't get any bigger than golf balls, so they're never available commercially.
Right.
But they have an outstanding tart, sweet, very rich flavour.
Right.
So I think we tried these last year.
Yeah.
But they weren't at their best. So hopefully, in one of our tastings, we'll make special mention of that. Yeah, I think that's about it for the apple.
Thanks for that, Nigel. We will at some point soon be visiting Nigel's other plots, and he's now got a shed on one of them, and just to see how things are going. Obviously things are going to be moving along slowly because we've had a lot of rain here, so it's kind of held you up a bit, hasn't it, Nigel?
Well, it has, yeah. I've not been able to get on the land to put the trees in because it's been so wet.
Yeah.
The days after the rain, of course, it's okay.
Yeah. But obviously it all depends on when you've got other commitments and that, as we all have. So
that's right. And the weeds are gaining on me at the moment.
Yeah. Okay then, folks. So that's the rest of this video, and as you probably gathered, it's made up of 2 days recording. Okay, we'll leave you with the view over there. Some overgrown plots, and mine's right at the bottom. Okay, thanks for watching.